Hello everyone and welcome back to the ADEC Endurance Championship or Drivers Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship. This is Season 6, Round 1, Tier 2, 2020, and I'm truly sorry for these videos taking a long time to get out, but I've not been feeling up to doing videos lately, and just have had to find some free time and motivation to do them. And gonna try and get all tier 2 videos out and hopefully tier 3 as well and finish off season 6 of 2020. Today we are at Lago Maggiore East in the GR3 machines, GT3. And let's see how everyone did in today's qualifier. I'd like to remark that Ronan has a penalty from a previous season, so he starts at the back. He was barred from qualifying and serving that penalty. And we have Ben in last place. He is a late arrival for this one, so let's get this show started. Starting off in pole position, we have Spooky Lukey, or Spooky. We have Coolio. We have myself, Kimaru, in a fresh coat of paint in the Mjolnir Racing team. Boss did a special JPS lookalike livery for me and Craig. We have Hit the Mac in the 4C. JC. We have oh, I have totally forgotten the name. Not Bottle Job, but Tom Nixon. I think it was. Jules. We have Roger in a new livery, the Nerf livery, and Atari is the team name. Wilco. We have Jammy D. Ronan, that joins us in Tier 2 for this season. And Ben at the back. Are you ready? Let's get the show started. Alright, we are about ready to get started. This is round 1, season 6, tier 2. Let's see how everyone gets through as we have a great start from Spooky. A very horrible start from the Viper. Not a good starting car. As we see Jules going very wide into turn 1. And let's see if I was right about... Yeah, it was Tom Nixon. I should have written the list. But it looks like everyone is off okay. As we see Mac has been off. Taking a look back with Mac. Oh, he just completely fumbles his braking point into turn 1. Very easy to do, but there is still 59 minutes to go. Should be able to make some headway. As we see Spooky taking the lead and running away with it now in P1. As we see Coolio in the back there and JC in third. Very good start from Mr. JC, or Grandpa Dave. As we see Kim in fourth and Ronan right on his ass with Jules on his ass. It's a new year, new attitude, new... wow, I never noticed how beautiful Tom Nixon's car actually is with that livery. As we see Wilco trying to go on the inside of Tom. But hangs it in the back. Oh, no. He passed him off camera. Puts Wilco up into 7th with Rocker. Very hungry for 8th now. Will he have him before? Yeah. He does have him before turn 1. Will he go on the... Holy crap balls. taking a look back with Tom. What in the... Oh, yeah, he totally fumbled his breaking point too. Did the same mistake as Mac. And we see Mac coming through right here. He smells blood. As we see Spooky still holding off Coolio after lap 1. The Jag does have superior power down the straight than the Porsche, but the Porsche is very good in the slipstream. As we see Coolio just hanging on the slipstream like an absolute madman. JC has gotten himself a little gap down to the Norwegian and Ronan. Ronan, as we know, has tier 1 tempo, so he should be able to be a danger and a fight for everyone in tier 2. As we see Ronan going on the inside of Kim and fumbles the last corner. Kim going the switchback, catching 4th back again. As we see Jules in front of Rocker, and Wilco has a penalty. He's shaken off. It's probably been into the wall, or... Oh yeah, he's been into the wall, alright. As we see Jammy smelling the blood from Wilco's wounded GTR, or Godzilla. As we see Tom all the way down in 11th from his mistake. And Mac still trying to get acclimated to the 4C. We have Spooky back. We'll stick with Spooky and Coolio as Coolio goes off! Oh, that car is just an absolute monster. It can kill you in any second, and it killed Coolio. And loses another 2 places, I believe. Oh, and Rocker has to go very zigzag just to avoid him. And Coolio just sends himself into the wall and losing another place down to Ben and possibly Wilco, and he's getting rid of his penalties. As we see Kim and Ronan still fighting. Ronan just has to sit in the back and bide his time. As we see Kim very close to JC at the moment. Looking hungrily for an opening to second. Of course, the Viper is my favorite car in the world. It has been a pleasure driving that monster, albeit a little bit understeering at times, and possibly the Mercs are a little bit stronger on the acceleration stages and top speed, but the Viper is a very, very good car. As you see Ronan on the very back of Kim. Is he going for a move on Kim now? Just hasn't got the better exit out of the corner. Will he do it into turn 1? Does he have the balls? Ronan waits. As we see Jules in 5th with Rocker right behind. Rocker has had a string of bad lucks lately, but let's hope he can have a good season. As we see Ben also, he is a new arrival into tier 2. He's been in tier 1 for I think 2 years, and finally he got bumped down to tier 2. And let's hope he can have a little bit more fun with no heavy damage, and that he can actually have a few good races. As we see Jammy chasing down Wilco and Tom Nixon there. Mac and Coolio has dropped all the way down to 12th just to remove his penalties and all that. Heading back to the crazy 3 in front. JC and Ronan and myself are chasing down Spooky. But as long as these guys are fighting, Spooky will get away with it. As we see Kim going on the inside of JC into turn 1. Will it stick? No, he loses. Kim loses his 3rd place. He just got very wrong into turn 2 and lost the position up to Crazy Ronan. Two Mercs on a Viper. Oh, this corner is such a dangerous one. Not one of my favorites, I'll say that. Smithy corner, I believe we call that. He has a tendency to just take a little dirt nap or wall nap. Let's take a look down the field just to see if there's any other close battles. There is not, as you see Coolio really struggling with the Porsche now. Taking a look with these three, constant battle now. As we see Kim going on the inside of Ronan, but backs it off. The Mercs are insanely fast on this straight. Faster than I actually would like them to be, but as we see Kim trying his best to get past Ronan, but Ronan is not an easy man to get past. Super fast. JC is doing a hell of a job just to keep these two crazy nut jobs behind him. I'm guessing JC really feels the pressure at this time. Oh, and we see a spin in the back as we see Ben has spun it. Taking a look back with Ben. Oh, he just goes wide. That's what I'm talking about. So easy to do on this track. So very easy to do, and he just bleeds positions and is right ahead of Coolio. And there's still a decent gap between all these. Not too much fighting. As we see these three. Oh, as Ronan goes on the inside of the hairpin and gets himself up into second. And we have Spooky already into the pits. Tires weren't looking that bad either. What? Let's take a look at the tires. Ronan has soft on and they look good, even though he's been fighting for 8 laps. JC and Kim have pretty much the same tire wear. Now Spooky's gonna be in this fight with these crazy nut jobs. It's very difficult to focus on anything else. This is the closest battle on track, as we see Kim going very dangerous there. And I think he just let Spooky through. No point in fighting him. I think Ronan will try to get away with this. Taking a look with Tom as he's ahead of Jules. Man, look at that front right. Just taking a beating. What about Jules? Jules has been into the pits. Wilco has been into the pits in the mighty Godzilla. Mac is in 10th after his pit stop. We have Ben and Coolio. Both have been in as well. Good move from Coolio. As we see Jamie, Tom Nixon, everyone has gone into the pits. We have Ben up into 11th. I think the Supra has a little bit more power on the straight than the Porsche. Just look at this fight. side by side through every single corner now. Oh, and Coolio loses it again. That Porsche does not look planted at all. I will say this as well, Ben's car, looking good. Let's take a look at the top three as we see Ronan and Spooky and JC. JC is in front of Kim. What's happened to Kim? Oh, Kim's been into the pits. Oh, as we see Spooky going for a very naughty move on the inside and gets himself ahead of Ronan. If Ronan can just stick on his ass and stick on his slipstream now, he could be able to save some additional fuel and tires before he goes into his first stop of the day. Oh, he's going very wide there. Must be feeling the tire wear on that mighty and heavy AMG. So we see JC with a half-second penalty. So easy to do on this track, and just look at JC's tires. Look like he's set fire on those tires. Put some fuel on and just lit him on fire. As we see, he gets himself another half-second penalty for his troubles. JC might be struggling a little bit now to keep myself behind him. As we see Rocker in front of Jules. That Aston is very fast down the straight. Perhaps one of the fastest in the GT3 class. As we see Wilco ahead of Mac, taking a lot of the track there. Mac trying his best. Oh, and just punts Wilco a little bit. Oh, and Wilco went off on the grass. Oh no! Taking a look back with Wilco, and just was that? Oh, that was caused by Mac. He just couldn't keep the car on the black stuff. Oh, such an unfortunate event. But Mac is a veteran of the series, so he drops down in weights. He loses, of course, to drops down to last place, but he knows that he has to wait. Very unfortunate for these two. They were having such a great fight, and it's very easy to do and miss the final braking. As we see JC into the pits and Kim now on third. Kim is chasing down Ronan. And just look at Ronan's tires. He has nothing left in them. And he's still staying out for 12 laps on those tires. I know he's a badass, but come on. Kim goes on the inside and makes it through. Kim just has the superior grip right now, and Ronan is bleeding positions. He needs to get himself into the pits. Get himself some new fresh boots. Come on, Mr. Ronan. As we see Spooky doing very good so far. Looking like a good opener for this season. As we head back with Mac. And he has bled ground to Wilco now, and we see Ronan into the pits. Maybe that little 4C isn't very a very good combo for Mac. This is a little bit of a power track, and the Alpha just doesn't have enough speed to keep up with these monsters. As we see Ben in the Supra just trying to keep up and catch up to Mr. Coolio. Jammy in his, I think it's Urban, it says. Very beautiful looking livery from Jammy. Very beautiful. So you see Tom Nixon there. We have Jules and Rocker. JC down in fourth. Really fumbled his pit stop. Maybe he had a little bit of an incident before the pit stop as well. It's a shame we possibly missed that. Coming back to the action at lap 22, we have Ben in ninth, and I think we lost Mac. And yeah, by the looks of it, we lost Mac. He had to retire his car. As we see Ben now in ninth, we have Coolio in 10th. He has been into the pits, and he hasn't put in any fuel. Ben is possibly, yeah, he's out for a new stint of tires as well. So we see Jammy looking good so far on tires and the fuel. Jules, oh wow, look at the tortured fronts. Wow. He has really not treated those fronts with kindness, that's for sure. As we see Ronan, Kim, and Spooky have all gone into the pits. As we see Kim has a red flashing light, and Ronan is not refueling. I think Ronan and Spooky might have refueled earlier in the race. Yep, and Kim has not refueled yet until this pit stop. Kim has a fast lap time of 1:17.3. As we see Ronan just hunting down Spooky. Will he go on the inside of Spooky in this one? Oh, he does! Damn! And Spooky goes on the cutback! Will it stick? Will it work? Side by side in through the S's. And Ronan's got him covered. As we see Ronan going very defensive into the final corner. Spooky gathering some height. Trying to look for the better exit out of the corner. See if we can take him into turn one. And Ronan covers the inside. Spooky's still looking for the better exit just to try and get past, as we see Rocker into the pits with 15% left of fuel. And most of the fuel has now gone into the pits. As we see Spooky on the inside of Ronan. The very same move Ronan made a lap earlier. And that puts Spooky back into first. Is this going to be a regular thing between these two? Pass each other on the Smithy corner. Just look at how close it is between these two now. side by side through the final corner. And Spooky's got him covered off into turn 1. And Ronan goes ahead of Spooky on the outside of turn 1. Holy balls. Ronan is showing his, and they are big. Lots of bravery in that man. Not a move I would successfully make. Probably end up in the wall somewhere, on fire. While screaming, I'm going to Valhalla. As we see JC in 4th with a 4.5 second penalty. Things are not going well for JC at the moment, but he's still sticking in there. As we see Rocker in 5th, trying to reel in that mighty Aston. Coolio in 6th, he's gotten himself under control, and he's starting to catch up some lost grounds. Tom. As we see Jules going very aggressive there and trying to go on the inside, but just sticks it behind Tom. As we see Coolio very wide out of last turn and going into the pits. And I think Jammy, what's the word? Jammy used the situation with Jules and just grabbed 7. I've lost my train of thought. As we see Ben there, trying to stick with the guys in front. Coolio. As we see Spooky is losing a little bit of ground down to Ronan. I think Ronan has ultimately the better grip at the moment, better control. But Ronan is not an easy man to overtake or run away from. I know this from experience. I've raced Ronan a lot in 2019 before he rejoined in the last second to last season and clawed himself up from tier 3 into tier 2. So let's see if we can actually snag a promotion and get up into tier 1. Spooky has also looked strong all previous season, and this could be a strong season for him as well. Spooky, of course, had the worst run of his life on Autopolis Short in the Unruly Alpine, or Alpine, however you say it. Spooky's just following Ronan. And Kim, as we usually see him, is alone on track. A long way to the guys in front, and a long way to the guy in the back. As we see JC desperate for fuel, but he goes around for one more. As we see Rocker there, 5th. Coming back to you all at lap 38, we have Spooky in 1st, but his fuel tank is dangerously low. As we see Ronan with almost a half tank of fuel. I think he might be able to stick out the last 11 minutes of the race without any more pit stops. Kim there has been alone in most of the race so far in 3rd. And as you can see, there's no JJ on track because he got promoted into Tier 1. Spooky now and going into the pits. Same with Ronan, same with Kim. All of them going into one final pit stop. Ronan, of course, not taking on fuel. We have Spooky there, takes on fuel, goes out before Kim, and we have Kim in third still. This could be dangerous now. Spooky has fresh tires and fuel. Maybe he can do something about Ronan in the last stint. As we see Tom Nixon all the way down into 10th. Must have had a very, very bad lap. Coolio in 10th. Just behind Ben and Jammy. As we see Rocker into the pits. Ben into the pits. Coolio stays out. And, we have Rocker there. Jules will have to go into the pits very shortly. As we see, Rocker is doing good. JC still has a little bit of a penalty to get rid of, but doing good so far in fourth. And Spooky is just trying to catch up to Ronan. But I think the train has left the building or the station. As we see Jammy just ahead of Ben and Tom. As we see Tom try and go for a move on the straight. Does he have enough speed to make it through on the outside? He does not. He has to slot in behind Ben. As we see Ben making the move of the century and gets past Jammy as Jammy drops 2 positions. Very bad entry into that Smitty corner, unfortunately. Ben gaining 1 position, Tom another one, and Jammy losing 2. Oh, as we see Tom just tapping the rear end of Ben, and oh, at least Ben didn't get any damage from that. He's got to be smiling and laughing right now, just knowing that there is no heavy damage in Tier 2. Maybe he can get back to having some fun in the races. Tom going very wide. So we see Coolio in 6th. And Rocker in 5th. We have DRC JC there. And Kim hasn't got a scratch on his car, so it's avoided the walls at all costs. Luckily, to keep the security bears away. For anyone in the driver's room knows that boss's security bears protect his geese and do not piss on the geese. That's boss's job. And I've tried to do so and have been mauled by the bear squad. So please don't do that. A little bit of inside joke in the driver's room. As we see, Spooky has dropped a little bit off from Ronan's pace. Where these guys get their pace from, I don't know. I'll blame it on the youth. I am top nearing 40, so maybe my reflexes aren't as good as they once was. As we see JC, still like Kim, very alone on track. Rocker trying his absolute best now to catch up, 6 minutes remaining. Let's take a look at the live timings, see who has the best lap. That belongs to Ronan at the moment, 1:17.1. We have a 1:17.4 from Spooky, a 1:17.3 from Kim. And everyone is more or less in the 1:17s. Jammy's car isn't as fast on the straight, so it does struggle. So we see things are starting to calm down. Everyone's getting into their pace. And we have Jammy still ahead of, or Ben still ahead of Jammy. Take a look on board with the Jamster. Ben isn't able to shake Jammy, and it looks like Jammy's going for a move on Ben. Or at least trying to, as we see Tom all the way down in the pit lane. I think he's parked it. Tom has parked the car. Not bothering the last few minutes of the race. As we see, these two are the closest on track at the moment. So we'll stay with them. Take a look quickly at the rest of the field. We have Ronan in first, Spooky seconds. Oh, Spooky's looking low on fuel. Same with Kim. JC there. Rocker fifth. We have Coolio in sixth and Jules in seventh. Coming back to Jammy and Ben as we follow them through the final stages of the race. Minutes. Jammy's just sticking into Ben's slipstream. Not letting them go. Oh, and Jammy going very wide into the last corner, losing a bit of ground down to, or up to Ben. The M4 is a heavy beast. I believe it is the M4. As we see Jules going in. Nice drive from Ben and Jamie as we see Ronan about to finish his lap. Take a look at Tom, he's there. Good job for Ronan, good job to Spooky. Ronan drove himself from last to first. Kim in third, couldn't do much about Spooky and Ronan. JC, very good run. Let's see, Tom is there, so we will follow JC and Rucker. Thank you all for watching. Come back next week on, or next time on the round 2. It will be Blue Moon in the GR1 machines. Thank you for watching. Come back next time. I'm your host, Kimaru. Bye bye.